Halo Reach PC has been out for a few weeks now and has taken the Halo community by storm. We saw incredibly high player and viewer counts as the world's biggest streamers showed off our favorite gaming franchise. I personally had a rough start with Halo Reach PC due to horrible input lag that was really frustrating me. But after figuring out that VSync was the cause, I finally was able to join in on the high praise the community was seemingly giving the game. It seems that Halo Reach PC was almost universally praised upon release. But now that everyone has had some time with the game and the honeymoon phase is over, there's a new issue at hand: controller aim assist. This was brought up by people in the community such as Hidden Xperia during the flight tests, stating that controller aim assist was too high and was making the game hard to enjoy for keyboard and mouse users. And it is a hot topic again now that the game has had full release. However, 343 has been firm in their response that aim assist isn't going to be changed. As a controller player, it seems like this is a huge win. Aww, you Shroud wannabes are sad you can't keep up with controller players? Cry more, PC boys. PC players have spent years clowning console kids about how controller players couldn't hang with mouse and keyboard players. And now that they realize they can't hang, they're begging for changes? This was absolutely my first reaction to the news. I admit that at this point in time, I hadn't played too much Halo Reach PC, and I didn't even touch the Xbox version. I was away the weekend after release, and was appalled when scrolling through Twitter and seeing my heroes tweeting that controller aim assist needed to be nerfed. But why? Was this the ultimate betrayal? I felt like Chief when he found out his girlfriend faked her own death to pursue intergalactic domination. How could my favorite Halo pros be siding with the PC kids? 343 came out with another update stating that controller aim assist is the equivalent to when Halo 2 came to PC, and that it needed to stay the same in order to keep crossplay as an option down the line. Again, this made sense to me. Seemingly, 343 wanted to keep aim assist consistent between PC and Xbox versions so that whether you're on a controller on Xbox or PC, you have the same experience. Why would 343 make aim assist worse on PC than Xbox just to appease some nerdy PC players? Halo is my favorite franchise, you dorks, and regardless of if you're on a keyboard and mouse or a controller, you finna catch these thumbs. But my opinion changed drastically when I decided to give the Xbox version a try. I hopped on MCC Xbox thinking I would slap around some low-level players since I was already in the 20s on PC. But I was really confused when I got into my first match and felt like I had no aim assist. Why was it so hard to aim? And that's when I realized how much better aim assist is with a controller on the PC version than the Xbox version. What the shit, 343? How did this happen? After playing hours of the Xbox version and then going back to playing on PC, I felt like a god with how easy it is to aim. Surely they have played both versions in studio and feel the difference, right? How can they sit there and say that no changes can be made for consistency's sake when they very obviously don't feel consistent? The release of Halo Reach and the rest of MCC on PC was supposed to be Halo's chance at redemption. It was supposed to get an entire new audience into Halo, while getting the franchise into the limelight by the world's top streamers. But with frustrations running high from controller aim assist, we're actually getting this.
Alright, dudes. Listen. I'm done with this shit. It's over. This shit sucks. How do you fucking uninstall this thing? I'm done with it. It's donezoed. This game sucks, huge wiener. I'm super fucking over it. Thank you guys for hanging out in the stream. For those of you guys that don't like Halo, don't worry, you don't have to watch it anymore.
With player counts way off the initial highs we were seeing, it would make sense to make changes in order to try and keep the initial hype going. But the question is, what is the cause of the aim assist differences? I personally am not very knowledgeable on what could be the cause, but on PC I'm playing on up to 200 FPS, with 110 field of view. Xbox is locked at 60 frames per second, and I believe the FOV is 90. Could these changes be resulting in the aim assist feeling better on PC? Maybe on 343's end, the numbers are all exactly the same for Xbox and PC, and in their mind, the aim assist is equal and needs to stay that way in order to enable crossplay. But in reality, they are very much not the same. And I think that 343 needs to change aim assist on PC in order to feel the same way it does on Xbox. On Xbox, I am much more likely to miss shots, whereas PC almost feels like an automatic 5-shot on close to medium range. This is a huge deterrent for mouse and keyboard players, who are up not only against aim assist, but console players who have been playing Halo for over a decade. The problem with the aim assist and DMR battles is that with a controller, you aren't really aiming much with the right stick. If you watch pros, in 1v1 battles, they strafe side to side and let the aim assist do the slight aim adjustments for them. However, with mouse and keyboard, there is no aim assist. So in a game where you have a single shot weapon, and you need to hit 5 shots to kill someone, you need to manually track your opponent and hit 5 shots. This is difficult to do consistently for even the best keyboard and mouse players. And in that sense, mouse and keyboard players really are at a huge disadvantage. I feel like the aim assist on Xbox is much less significant, and I find myself missing much more frequently than on PC. I think if they can change aim assist on PC to feel the way it does on Xbox, there will be a much more equal playing field between controller and mouse and keyboard players. I realize this is sort of an intangible request, assuming right now the numbers that equate to aim assist are all the same on Xbox and PC. But they need to work it out so that they feel the same. That shouldn't have any effect on the future of crossplay, as it would make it much more fair in the end anyway. As it currently stands, a controller player on PC would definitely have an advantage over a controller player on Xbox in my opinion. As it currently stands, the only positive to playing on keyboard and mouse is being able to spin around really fast. I feel like by now everyone has experienced sneaking up behind on a Rocket Kid just for him to 180 rocket you and continue on his merry way. In this situation, a controller player would be dead way before turning around. This is the only advantage keyboard and mouse players have. However, in high-level Halo, most players have a pretty good idea of where opponents will be coming from and where players go or hide. Players mostly already have their aimer in the general direction that players are in. So being able to 180 no-scope someone is a pretty rare thing you should need to do. Another argument in regards to the aim assist is that controller players just have more Halo experience, and that changing aim assist isn't going to help keyboard and mouse players who are trying to learn how to play high-level Halo correctly. A bunch of people have been commenting on how you shouldn't expect to just be better than people, and I'm sure that egos get in the way. Halo pros who are competent on mouse and keyboard aren't having issues getting crazy clips using either input option. And it makes sense that high-level Halo is much more about understanding how to play the game than being able to aim well. If mouse and keyboard players stick it out for the long run, it wouldn't surprise me if eventually they are able to hang and even overtake controller players once they get a full understanding of how Halo works. But I don't see them overtaking controller players until controller aim assist is reduced at least a little bit. I don't know guys, that's just my opinion on the controller aim assist situation. What do you guys think? Do you want to see aim assist reduced on controller? Or am I just a PC Master Race guy after all? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video. Later.